Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Chris. I am here with Kathy. We go by Ginger Marvin on Instagram and YouTube, and we have another video for you today. I'm about to turn it over to Kathy. We do have a few pretty good sales to go through today. I think she wants to thank you guys for some support real quick, though.
Hey guys, yeah, it's been a while since we stopped doing our daily what sold. We haven't thanked you guys for buying us some coffee, so I did just want to quickly thank each person by name. There was a couple people that didn't put a name, so they just say someone. You'll see the screenshots. I won't read all the comments because it's a lot, but every time they come through, it always puts a smile on our face, so thank you guys for that. So thank you, Robin, Rachel, Jasmine, Debbie, I think this is Damiana, Charlie, Madeline, Jane, and Amanda. So thank you guys so much for that support.
Thank you for all that support. If you don't know what Buy Me a Coffee is, it's just a way to help support your content creator by buying us a coffee. We don't buy coffees with that necessarily, and less nowadays. We've been kind of cutting back on the coffee a lot, but that does just help support the channel, and we do appreciate all that support from you guys.
Yeah. So you might be wondering what the elephant in the room is.
Time to talk about the elephant in the room.
Start pulling, but I don't have a label for this yet because we have to just get the exact measurement before I print this one, and that's our kids playing downstairs. So anyways, this is a pretty cool little wicker side table, plant stand, whatever you want to call it. We bought these. I don't think we showed the other one when we sold it, but I've maybe mentioned it in a video.
Right.
If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen it. But we bought two on local Facebook for $85 total, so about $42.50 each.
Which is a huge buy-in.
I know. I was like, oh, should I buy it? Because I looked up comps on eBay before, but then I was like, do I want to ship it? Because, I mean, this is a lot to ship.
Yeah.
And I decided, I would take the chance. It took me months to list the first one to begin with, probably 6 or 7 months actually.
Actually, we were storing them in the school bus, and the reason why we got them listed is because we had to bring them inside so that we could take all the seats out. So
once I got them listed, they both sold within like a week or two of being listed. The first one sold for $189 plus shipping, so $42 into $180.
Sorry, we just had a little interruption from our son, but
that's all right. Anyhow, so and then this one sold for $150 plus shipping, and the shipping we charged $60. That was just in case it went to like the furthest locations that it could go. Yeah. And the first one pretty much did. That cost us like I think $58 or something.
It went to like New Jersey, right?
Yeah, it was really far. And then this one is going to Arizona, so not quite as far. Although I still think it's going to be about $45 to $50 to ship. So
right, we're in Colorado. If you did not know that. So.
And then this box we just had in our thing, and it happens to fit it pretty good, but we need to add a little bit more.
Yeah, a little more height.
Did buy the second box from Lowe's just to match, and this was like $2 something. So technically I would consider that part of the shipping cost, plus we're gonna have to add paper and bubble wrap and stuff. So some people get like if you don't refund shipping if there's overages, but to me it's like we have to buy bubble wrap, buy packing paper, buy a box.
It's shipping and handling, right? So
the handling alone is probably gonna take Chris is gonna pack this up at probably 20-30 minutes. So anyhow, good thing is a good sale. So $42.50 into $150 on this one, and this one you can see has a little bit of broken parts, which we did show.
Disclosed.
The other one didn't, which is why we got a little bit more. And honestly, if I had priced it a little higher and waited, I could have probably got more. There's comps in the $200 to $300 range for similar things. And then, I mean, just in general, wicker stuff is like really in right now. I did see, I don't know if she sold it. I saw Kayla at Homeschool Picker found like a kangaroo one like this at a garage sale, I think. So.
Oh yeah.
I think that one was going to be even worth more than like these elephants.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
So we're just gonna Frankenbox the two Lowe's boxes together.
At the end, the final product, but. Yeah, this table comes off, so we'll bubble wrap that separately, especially since it's broke. Keep it tight and everything in the box. The buyer was a little concerned and just wanted to make sure we were going to pack it up tightly inside so it doesn't like break.
We definitely will pack it well.
Yeah, the other one seemed to make it fine in New Jersey with no issues. We haven't heard from the buyer. Yeah. So. Cool seal. I don't know that I would. I mean, if I saw those again, I'd probably pick them up, but it is kind of a hassle, and I hate photographing that big stuff.
You actually took really good photos. I liked, she staged it in our living room, and I liked like having the scenery in the background versus just a white background.
Yeah.
That's me. I might be different. I don't know.
And then I sold these Vans just today. These are from a garage sale video that we recently did. Paid $2 for the shoes. Accepted a $35 offer on Poshmark for those. And I'll grab a couple of boxes out. Those will just be like a regional B. I'll just grab a few of my favorites so I don't have to pull from here every time. Okay. It wasn't a super busy weekend, so definitely thankful for this sale. And then there's one other really good sale that you'll see at some point. I don't know where in my hand it is. Alright, got some Blowfish sandals. This brand never sells for a lot, but it sells pretty consistently. Picked these up at a garage sale for $5. Pardon my ugly nail polish. I was doing shoe photos today, and so I basically ruined all of my nail polish, but I know it's kind of gross to look at nail polish. So anyhow, bought these for $5 at a garage sale, sold them for 20 plus shipping on eBay in about a week or two, so not too bad. Let's grab these out. We'll do a shipping hit mailer. Need to check the mail again because they weren't in there when I checked on Friday, but I haven't checked since. Still need my strawberries.
Yeah, I've been wondering where they are. I haven't seen you use them yet.
All right, BQ. This is a viewer sale, actually a bundle. GB. All right, going out to Madeline. She bought from us the other day, and actually I just saw her name on the coffee list as well. So I had seen her coffee when it came through a couple weeks ago, but I didn't put two and two together that it was the same person until just now. So thank you, Madeline, for all the support.
Absolutely.
I think she said she found our channel fairly recently. So
sweet.
Yeah. She offered me $43 for this bundle. We got a pair of Nike Thermafit men's shorts and then a women's Vanilla Star shorts. So these ones we actually got when we were in Utah for spring break. Paid $5.94. And these were just my shorts. I don't know where I got them or anything. So thank you so much, Madeline.
Yeah, Madeline, thank you so much for all that amazing support. We do appreciate it.
All right. What was I going to do? Maybe, I don't know what would be a good box for those. Maybe this regional day. It's kind of long, but I think I'm out of mailing boxes, so. All right, CD. CU Buffs. Oh, that's this. This is a Victoria's Secret pink CU Boulder Buffs pullover. Bought for $4.99, sold for $23 with discount shipping on Poshmark. It's gonna go in a tie back. CC. Were we just in there? No, CC. Echo Golf shoes. These sold on Mercari, I think Friday later, like just after we did our shipping. And then, like, all weekend, Mercari was harassing me, like, did you ship yet? Like, an email, like, every, like, day. So, Saturday, Sunday, like, it's the weekend, and, like, I always ship right away. It's just weird. Like, I feel like that's a new thing that they're doing, or, I don't know. It just felt weird. I'm like, I hope I'm not going to get a bad rating because the buyer thinks I'm taking a while, but they bought on a Friday night, and I'm shipping it on a Monday morning.
Right.
Well, Monday afternoon, but. Anyhow, sold some Echo golf cleats. For $32 plus shipping, bought for $12.99. So about doubling my money on those. Not a huge profit. There was a ton of grass in them at first, and I did clean them up, but it's still kind of, you can tell. So I was happy to accept the 32.
Yeah.
DH. This, I was just kind of trying to get rid of them without losing money, and it was hard to lose money because I only paid $1 for these. They are Katy Perry jelly watermelon sandals. I've sold these many times, not this exact pair, but the same item. She doesn't only have watermelons. She has like a whole set of these, like fruits.
Limes
sandals,
and lemons.
Yeah. The problem is these ones didn't have a size because the way she sized them, I think, was with a sticker on the bottom, and that falls off very easily. So anyways, I sold these based on measurements. I tried them on. I feel like they were my size. I think I mentioned that. So anyhow, hopefully the buyer has no issues, but I paid $1, sent an offer of $10 plus shipping just to kind of move them along. I don't think I realized the size wasn't on them when I bought them, so.
Right. Way to think about resellers, Katy Perry. No.
Rude. Yeah, speaking of, like these, I don't even know if I'm gonna list them. This isn't Katy Perry, but I bought these. They're like basically look like they've been worn once kids. But the person like cut the size tag out from right here on both of them. So I tried these on, and I'm like a 9.5, 10, and they pretty much fit good. So I think they're a 10, but like, how can you?
Right.
I definitely wouldn't want to sell them on eBay. Maybe Posh, where I could be like, just open a return. It's fine.
Yeah, we typically pass on anything that doesn't have a size.
Yeah, I don't even think I checked that because I was like, oh, they look like brand new.
Yeah. Sometimes we miss it and we forget.
Yeah.
And
I did pay $5 for those American flags, so it's like, worst case, I lost $5, or I have a pair of shoes for myself that don't fit my fat feet. But yeah. Anyhow, this is actually the other really good sale of the weekend.
Look at that.
So, right now, before I tell you how much it sold for, type in the comments. Do you think this sold for more or this sold for more? So this sold for $150. What do you think this guy sold for? It's over 100, that's for sure. I'll tell you.
oh,
All right. So this little thing sold for $127.46 plus shipping. So
wow.
not quite as much as the elephant, but pretty dang close.
And that's a Beanie Baby, right?
It's a Beanie Boo, yeah. It doesn't have like the beans in it. It's just the eyes, I think.
Right.
Makes it the Beanie Boo. I don't know. Anyway,
I never would have thought in 2022 we'd sell a Beanie Baby for over $100.
I know.
So that's crazy.
So I do think I'm profiting more off this
Yeah.
because I only paid $1.02 average cost of goods from the bins that day.
Right.
And that I paid $42.54 plus the shipping's going to be like $50 and the eBay fee's like $27. So yeah, this I know I profited like $101 on this little plush. That's crazy. So. Don't pull little Beanie Boos, but if you see this one by chance, I think when I found this, I looked them up. I just sorted Beanie Boo high to low, and there's only like maybe one or two others that are worth anything more than like $5 to $10.
Right.
So, I mean, the reason if you're at the bins and you see like a whole ton of them, maybe buy them and like lot them up, but to sell one by one, it's not really going to be worth your time usually.
Yeah, total fluke as to why you even looked it up at the bins, right?
I know.
So.
It's literally like 2 ounces.
Right.
It costs like nothing. I don't know why I did that. I don't even know why I grabbed it, honestly, because
You smelled the money. That's what you did.
Yes, but like
you
in my head, I'm like, I don't need more just little junk to list.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not that that's junk.
Yeah.
Even Beanie Boos in general are not junk.
We've been trying to be more selective.
But then I'm like, I have 3 Beanie Boos in my hand. I gotta spend time looking them up for some weird reason.
Yeah, and then it's like those 2 sales right there kind of make the weekend pretty much. So it's like, I don't know. Should we be more selective?
So I did throw the other 2 Beanie Boos I found that day back in the bins for someone else. So we do have another viewer sale, though, going out to Odalis. I think you bought our last Rothy, so thank you so much. This pair, $59 plus shipping, and I paid $7.99 for those. So
wow. Odalis, thank you so much for all the continued and amazing support.
Jealous. I'm finding Rothys in your size and not my own. Let's do a rainbow mailer for Odalis.
Thanks again. Yeah.
All right, this was to me a good sale. It's not that super profitable, but just because I listed them and they sold right away, and like you can see how bad of shape these are in.
Yeah, we like fast sales.
So these are Blundstone, which is a super great brand to look out for. If you ever just see Blundstone or just like this type of a boot, obviously it has to be Blundstone to be worth good money, but not. I mean, there are other brands, but this is what Blundstone boots look like a Chelsea boot.
Okay.
So, anyways, these are also like a composite toe, hard toe. The insoles were like in there, but they were so, like when you've worn them so much, they're like there's almost a hole through it. Yeah. So I just pulled those out and threw them and didn't even include them in the listing, just said no insoles.
Yeah.
You can see like the elastic is kind of all stretched out. But they're Blundstones, so, and like the heel drag is almost so bad you can feel it super soft. And I mentioned all this in the listing, and they still sold the first day I listed them for $29.71 plus shipping. So maybe could have got a little bit more even in this bad of shape. Like the leather's bad, Which the leather you can bring back to life
Right.
pretty easily.
Yeah.
But the soles, I mean, I guess
You could resole them, but
Yeah, I think these are a few $100s new, so maybe.
yeah, might be worth it.
I mean, otherwise, they're a hard toe, and the leather's in decent shape other than the scuffs. So.
Are they like a work boot? Like, does some industry use them more?
I don't know. The only other ones I've sold were the ones I found retail arbitrage, those like pink ones. And I bought those for $49 and sold between like $100 to $150. So,
Right.
yeah.
So,
Bolo Blundstone.
don't know why they're a bolo, but Bolo Blundstone.
Yeah. Those are going to go out in a shoebox.
And again, it's not like those are in amazing shape or anything.
Yeah, and
But-
so
whoa.
these came from the bins. That's the only reason I bought them in
Right.
the first place. I probably wouldn't have paid $10 to $20 at a normal Goodwill, so I paid $1.37. They did end up going to Alaska though, and so I only charged the buyer $14.99 shipping, and it ended up being $20 and some change. So I did have to cover that $5, but since they're from the bins, I still profited. I think $15, $16. Not too bad.
Makes me wonder if they're like gold miners boots or
Yeah.
like loggers boots or something.
Just because we went to the gold mine recently. AQ, I'm going this way. I don't know why I went all the way around just to come right here.
The scenic route.
Yeah. This is a viewer sale going out to Anne. Some Spenco slide sandals. Bought for $5.99 and bought them for $29.71 plus shipping. So thank you so
Awesome.
much.
And thank you so much for that support.
I'm going to do a padded flat
Reese,
right
why don't you
on
thank
those.
Anne? Say thank you, Anne.
It's Anne.
It's like, what's going on? I heard my name.
You'll have to wait for you know what. Patagonia shorts. Patagonia is always a good thing to look out for. These didn't do super well, mainly because I didn't realize when I bought them. These are called the stand-up shorts, and they have like Velcro closures on the back pockets. So both of the back pockets, the Velcro is coming off like completely. So.
Oh,
Anyways, I still ended up selling them for $25 plus shipping in like a week or two. So not bad, but I did pay $8.99 for them. They would normally sell probably $35 to $40. So
okay.
definitely something to look out for.
Yeah. And make sure, she said Velcro. Make sure when you're doing your listings, do not use the word Velcro,
Don't say that.
especially on eBay. That is a,
I think I just said something like the closure on the back pockets is
Right.
coming off. So
yeah. Velcro is a name brand, so you want to use the term hook and loop. That's the technology, I guess, of Velcro.
which it felt weird to say that on the shorts because
Right.
it wasn't hooking and looping, it was just closing. So I sold this Eeyore plush. This one, $15.96 plus shipping. This was also a bins find. I have my cost of goods as 0 because I believe this came from the haul where like I took stuff to Plato's, basically made all my money back right away, and then just everything else was like free to list. So basically all profit after the fee, so $15.96. Not too bad. We'll do probably a larger mailer on Eeyore. Okay, CL. A Nike Swim men's, I don't know if you want to call it a rash guard. I don't think it's super like tight like a rash guard, but basically a shirt that you could wear swimming for men. Bought for $10, retail arbitrage. This one I accepted a $23 offer on Posh, so I'm making about $7.58 profit on that. So not huge, but not bad. I had several of them when I bought them, so one listing, multi-quantity, making, I think that's the lowest I've made off one so far, but anywhere from $8 to $12 usually.
Right. Was that the last one then?
There's one more in there, and then I actually just bought some more this weekend, so
Oh.
yeah, I can also just, instead of rephotographing now, just add more quantity to my existing listing, so
Nice.
making $8 over and over and over again is not too bad. Oh, that was the label for that. And lastly, this is the Starbucks mug. So this sold on Poshmark to a guest buyer, which means they like found it through Google or something like that. You can kind of tell by their username. Yeah, this says guest. I won't say all of the numbers, but basically
number. Yeah.
with a bunch of numbers behind it. So that means they're not necessarily, they weren't shopping through the Poshmark app
Right.
or website. They found it somewhere else.
So they don't have to set up an account with Poshmark, right? They just sign it, like buy it as a
they can
guest.
just buy it with PayPal or whatever. Yeah.
Right.
So, anyways, another one of these. This one I did pay the retail price, which was $12.95, and I sold for $39 on Posh. So I think that's about a $17-18 profit, which is cool.
Yeah.
For just something that if I'm already at Starbucks, I can just grab one every time.
Yeah.
Normally, so this was a guest buyer, so they did pay full price. That's a cool thing about guest buyers. But like, normally Posh or VA would send out an offer, and I've sold several at the like 31 with discount shipping price, and I think I'm profiting about 8 when I do that, which is still, if I'm already at Starbucks, why not?
Yeah.
I like to keep just one in stock all the time, so.
Yeah, and you know, Kathy saves up all of her stars.
Yeah.
That's like the rewards at
But then
Starbucks.
the last couple times I've been buying these with the stars.
Yeah.
I gave away 2 in a giveaways from
one of our lives. Yeah.
And then this one, I'm just waiting for that to sell. And I'm not quite on the points yet, but you guys bought me a couple coffees today, so maybe I'll go tomorrow and get another cup and a coffee. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's what's sold this weekend.
All right. Reese, you gonna help us pack?
Yeah, right. He's not.
All right, we're gonna pack all this stuff up and then we'll check back in. All right, guys, got everything packed up, ready to go in the Hulking bag.
We didn't mention, this is 2 ounces, so obviously good go first class, which comes with 0 coverage.
Yeah.
You can add coverage on top of the shipping, which was like still cheaper than a padded flat rate, but then it's like I've never done that, and I don't know if something happened, what the process is. If it's the same process as priority mail, comes with $100 coverage. It used to be $50. I actually just saw like an email or something saying that it's $100 now. So, anyways, $100 coverage. So if it gets lost, it did sell for $127, but I'll at least get like $100 back.
Right.
So, anyways, I went with that just since it was a really good profit margin. Anyways, could have took my chances and shipped it for like $350.
Yeah, which you know, there's like a 99.99% chance nothing happens
This week has been horrible though, and like on Mercari.
as far as shipping stuff
Actually,
goes.
one
right?
today, it paid me, thankfully. It was a $58 plush. That's just been lost in transit for like 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
It thankfully tracked originally, so Mercari, after a certain amount of time, just like considers it lost. So the buyer got her money back. I got to keep my money. And yeah, so.
Yeah, we're hoping it gets delivered to her and she gets to keep it too.
Yeah, but then there's the other package that's just nowhere to be found. And
Right.
so I just don't want to take the chance. It's kind of a slow month in general, so I don't want to lose $100 sale over
Yeah.
a $4 difference on shipping.
So we'll take that $1.50 to whatever it is to, or what was it, to upgrade it up from first class to priority.
Well, it's $350 to $820, so it's almost
So like $5,
but
yeah. That $5 is going to help us sleep at night, though.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I did want to point out, we used these 2 boxes. We Frankenboxed 2 of these large Lowe's boxes, and I didn't know this until we were packing up, but this outer box is the heavy-duty one, so it's like 2 layers of cardboard.
Nice.
And I picked up, we already had that. My brother moved here to Colorado like a year ago, and he gave us a lot of boxes and bubble wrap and stuff. And that was just sitting in the garage full of bubble wrap, and we just used it all.
Yeah, so we didn't have to do any extra that we paid for.
Right,
So,
right.
That's nice.
But the cool thing is, I didn't realize this was a heavy duty box. I bought the regular duty box from Lowe's this morning,
it slipped right in.
and it slides right in. Makes perfect
Yeah.
Frankenbox.
So that was nice. It wasn't as hard as we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, yeah, nice and padded. Everything's bubble wrapped to the gills in that thing.
I'm not
So-
too worried. It's just going to Arizona. That's like a state open
Yeah.
or something. So,
She did request that we bubble wrapped it nice,
yeah,
so
we tried really hard.
she definitely can't say we didn't.
Yeah.
So there's probably like, it was the green bubble wrap that I think you get
Yeah.
from like Lowe's or like a big box store. My brother paid for it when he moved, so we didn't buy it. So it's just basically the most you could probably pay for bubble wrap. We just shoved that thing full. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for today. We do have to take the stuff off to the post office, take the boys to Taekwondo, and then the day's going to be over before we know it. So thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all the amazing support today, guys. We do appreciate that. If you would like to help support the channel, there are a ton of links down in the description on different ways you could do that by buying us a coffee or shopping our stores, any of that stuff's down below. We do greatly appreciate all of that stuff. And guys, we're less than 100 subs away from 20,000 subscribers. So if you've been watching for a while and you have not subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. Help us get to that 20K. That is going to be a huge milestone once we hit it. And it's going to be, I don't know, it's kind of surreal and crazy that we've even been able to get to 19,000, 900 and something today. So guys, anyway, we got to get going. Thank you so much again, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.